course, I'm a lady, so I like to shop. Shopping is going to be my first thing I think about when I think of Jackson.
What kind of stores do you like to shop at?
You know, I really look for a town that has a great grocery store, that has, of course, women's apparel. And I love to read books, so I'm so proud to have a great bookstore in Jackson.
What is your one favorite store? I know that's putting you on the spot, but...
Oh, that is putting me on the spot. My one favorite store would be the grocery store.
What other kind of shops do you like to visit here in town?
Well, they have great small lady shops for jewelry and clothing. They're fun to shop in, and you just get that sense of a small town with the benefits of a big town.
So is there a specific type of jewelry or a specific type of accessory that you really like to shop for?
Oh, earrings, definitely earrings. I love earrings.
On your last grocery trip, how many bags did you leave with?
Oh, that is so tough. I never leave the grocery store probably without 8 to 10 bags.
Paper or plastic?
I do the plastic. But I save those. I save them and recycle.
Established in 1991 by Felix Fly, the West Tennessee Farmers Market is the destination to shop for all your fresh produce. They offer a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, meat, and prepared foods. But how does the fresh produce like this get to the farmers market? By local farms. Farms in the area provide fresh grown produce to the farmers market. We went right down the road to Selmer, Tennessee to visit the farm of Ray Tyler, an organic farmer who brings a variety of goods to the farmers market.
So we bring quite a bit of produce, and which is our main thing here, is a lot of our organic vegetables that we grow year round. And we also raise organic livestock as well. So we do the grass-fed lamb, we do poultry, eggs, as well as the pastured wood-lotted pork.
Ray has been farming for 4 years, and this is his second full season as a farmer. He enjoys being able to bring things to the West Tennessee Farmers Market.
Well, the people, number one, love the people, just great folks, and they really seem like Jackson is really becoming educated on the food, our current food systems. And so I really like the enthusiasm that Jackson is showing towards farms and farmers, and they want to know where their food comes from. So that's very rewarding to feed Jackson.
In addition to selling all of the fresh produce at the market, he also has a subscription type service known as CSA.
Yes. So that is what we call our CSA, which stands for Community Supported Agriculture. And that is where a lot of folks in Jackson want to become part of this local food. They want to know where the food comes from. They want to know the farmer. They want to have that special relationship. And so we sell shares, half shares, full shares. They prepay at the beginning of the season. And then each week, whatever's in season, whatever's ready to harvest, we harvested it and pack it in all their boxes. And then whatever's left over, we sell first. So our CSA customers come first. And so they've committed to us financially. We commit to them with whatever produce is in the field.
With a Healthier Jackson initiative anchored by the Lift Center in downtown Jackson, Jacksonians are wanting to live healthier, and Ray has taken notice.
Jackson is very progressive. They're starting to become very in tune with what they're feeding their families. The demand for it is really has really exceeded our expectations. I would say Jackson is probably growing faster than even cities like Memphis, which we do attend a Memphis market, but Jackson is probably 4 times more interested. We have a way more committed customer base from Jackson.
So, for some of the best shopping in Jackson, including farm fresh produce, look no further than the West Tennessee Farmers Market.
The first thing that comes to my mind when you say this is my Jackson is home, because this has been my home longer than anywhere else I've ever lived. I've lived in a lot of different towns throughout the southeast primarily, but I've lived in Jackson longer than anywhere else, and am very comfortable here. So I guess it's the comfort of home. It's the friends, the family, the love, the community where people help each other. That's what I think of when I say this is my Jackson, this is my home.
So is that what's kept you here for all those years?
Yes, it has. When I first moved here, I moved here for a job, and I didn't really anticipate that this would become my home. But after having been here for a while, decided that this is where I wanted to stay, and don't have any plans or desires to move anywhere else. One of my favorite things about Jackson is how it has both a little bit of city life and a little bit of country life combined, and I like getting out into being in nature. So I enjoy going out into the woods, and there are a lot of parks around Jackson that provide excellent opportunities to do that, and just going out and walking through the parks and seeing, you know, the trees and the flowers, and just getting away from the hustle and bustle of the city part of Jackson, and enjoying the quiet of nature. My favorite thing to do in Jackson, I guess, would be going outdoors, doing outdoors things. I like the landscape. I like going to the woods. There are a lot of parks in Jackson, places where you can go walking, be outside, observe nature, and kind of commune with nature. And that's probably my favorite thing about being in Jackson that I like to do. Probably my favorite park is Cypress Grove, because I enjoy being able to go walk along the boardwalk and walk through the woods, and then enjoy seeing the birds that they have there, like the eagles that they have, and that's, you know, not something you get to see every day, and so that's probably my favorite park is Cypress Grove. Liberty Park is another good park that I've enjoyed. The walking trail that they've got through there is really nice, and I've taken my dogs out there some and take them and go out and do some walking, and that's a great place to go and walk and see some other people. A lot of people take their dogs out there and go for walks, and that's enjoyable. Yeah, one day when my wife and I were out there was a young couple out there that had brought a hammock, and they'd put it between two trees, and I thought that's a good idea. So I've got a hammock at my house now, so inspired by what I saw out there.
Whenever I think of Jackson, I think of home. I went to the first grade here. I went to college here. I've made my career and my home here. And another thing that I love about Jackson is that there's so many choices. There's so much to do. There's so much history. You can, everything from the Rockabilly Hall of Fame to the Starlight Symphony. You know, there's so much to do. And history like the home of Carl Perkins. And let's see, what else do we have? The Casey Jones Museum. There's a lot of history there. And people come from all over the world to Jackson to go to the Rockabilly Hall of Fame and the Casey Jones Museum and all of these wonderful places that we have to offer in Jackson. And then of course there's the different cultures and history. We have a lot of Indian culture, and nearby we've got Chickasaw Park, State Park, we've got the Pinson Mounds, and I could go on and on about Jackson and what it has to offer. So obviously not only is Jackson a great place to call home, but it's a great place to visit.
So you said you went to Union. How'd you like it?
Of course, I'm a Baptist preacher's daughter. And so that was pretty much, we all went to Union. But it was quite an honor to get to go to Union. And I loved it. I loved the kids there. And by the way, I was freshman queen. My kids say, quit telling that, Mama, at your age, you don't need to be telling everybody you're a freshman queen at Union University. But I liked it.
So you went to Union. What'd you major in?
Communications and art. I was an art major.
Okay.
And it started out, Mr. Carmichael was my art teacher, and I doubt if I can remember my teacher's names, but I always thought that that's what I would be an artist. But and they had a good little art program. I remember making $2 an hour posing for portraits for the art class. And it was a fun time. But then I realized that I'm such a social person, I love people, that being an artist was a little too reclusive for me and a little bit too much pressure on the commercial end. So I decided to get into communications and media and just transitioned into that, and I love it.
So is the posing that you did for the art projects, do you think that helped contribute to your win as freshman queen?
Well, maybe it was those wonderful posters. No, it wasn't actually a contest. I mean, just at that time, to be freshman queen, it was a big honor because it wasn't a beauty contest. Actually, what it was, the students voted on who they wanted to be their freshman queen. And they voted me. And it's in the annual, I won't say what year. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool.
So you won't tell us what year that was?
I will not.
Union University has been a staple in Jackson ever since its inception in 1823. It is a university that has received multiple national awards and thrives in its diversity with students coming from 44 states and 33 countries. The school has served the area in multiple ways, including hosting their annual Day of Remembrance and multiple thought-provoking lectures that promote a higher level of discourse in the area. The university also serves the community in a more thespian way.
Why is that?
The Union Theater program has been going strong for years. The Union players are now directed by the ever-capable Professor David Burke, who has been doing theater for 28 years.
I came to Union in the fall of 1986.
The theater program at Union, now preparing for a performance of Magic by G.K. Chesterton, has turned out many successful alumni who in turn give back to their communities.
We've got alumni all over the United States right now, and fortunately because of social networking, we're able to kind of keep up with them. In fact, coming up this October, I'm going to have the privilege of going out to California and meeting with some of our guys out there. So I've got several people in California who are trying to make a living, and they're still beating the bushes, but they're surviving, and that's kind of the goal sometimes in the theater is, can I survive?
In addition to a solid theater program, Union also offers a robust communications arts program where students can gather hands-on experience with a live news show.
Rolling.
Rolling. All right, stand by.
Jackson 24/7 is a current events and affairs show that covers everything from breaking news to the latest trends in technology. The team is led by Steve Beverly, whose television career spans over 30 years. Jackson 24/7 isn't the first show he's done for Union.
We've been doing weekly shows. We did something called Jackson Tonight for a few years, and then that was a weekly show. We did something called Focus on Jackson that was more of a news magazine show, but this is really, with the size that Union has and the numbers of majors that we have, this is probably as reflective as you can be of doing a conventional daily half-hour television newscast.
24/7 reporter Jamie.
Steve has a heart for serving the community through Union and Jackson 24/7 and told us some of the ways the program meets the needs of the community.
It's a dual advantage, I think, to the community. One is that we provide news and information that we hope can go into some more depth to help the community make intelligent decisions about issues that affect our community. We've had more than 1,100 different people to come through this studio in the last 5 years, different guests, most of them local, but we've had national figures in both the world of politics, in journalism, in sociology, many different areas that have, we hope, put perspective on the news and again help people be able to understand more than just that minute to minute and a half package that we present in a typical newscast. At the same point in time, we're educating young people to go out and be quality journalists in the future from this venue at Union University.
With Jackson 24/7 and the theater program being just a few examples, Union University urges its students to interact in the community in service of others.